Hey guys, what's going on? James here. Like and subscribe if you are new, by the way. And in this video today, we're going to be talking about Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard and giving my thoughts and opinions about him. And I want to start by reading off the couple of quotes that I have from Jason Licht and Todd Bowles on Josh Grizzard. So on March 31st, 2025, when asked on how head coach Todd Bowles has helped new offensive coordinators succeed, Jason Licht had this to say. It's very comforting. He's got a plan to bring Josh Grizzard along during OTAs, call it periods, give him all the experience he needs. Todd really has put a lot of thought into this. He did the same thing when we hired Dave Canales. I think Josh is wired the right way. He's excited. He's ready to take advantage of the opportunity. It's going to be a lot of fun to work with him. It already is, but I'm expecting big things. Then Todd Bowles on April 1st, 2025, when asked on bringing new offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard along, Bowles said, "We'll have a lot of call-it periods in practice. We'll have a lot of situational settings. We want to put him in every position possible before he actually has to call it in a game, before the preseason starts. He'll see so many different situations and so many types of things in call-it periods that I'll make them go in situations." It helps the defense as well to say, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. We come back to those situations, but you've got to help coach the coaches and bring them along. We've done a good job at that the past few years, bringing those guys along. Josh will be no different. Then, when asked on if he feels that like there is continuity in the offensive scheme from last year, Todd Bowles said, "There's continuity in the system, but the signal caller is different. So you've got to develop more continuity in how you practice and how you play it. Then you have to tweak some things, because if you do exactly what you did last year, everybody watches tape and they're going to catch up." It'll be interesting to see the wrinkles he puts in and how we adjust and how the coaches interact in practice. That'll be a whole new thing with Liam gone. When you have another guy running the entire thing, even though everyone else is the same, it's different. The continuity is going to be big for them to build throughout the spring. Now, everybody knows the story of what Josh Grizzard did in terms of last year with the Bucs. He was the passing game coordinator in 2024, as you guys can see right over here on the right-hand side of the screen. He had the job of helping out with third down situational play calling, essentially. I don't think he was exactly calling the plays, but he was helping recommend what to do in third down situational stuff, and it went very well, right? In fact, it was one of the bigger reasons as to why the Bucs gave him the offensive coordinator job in the first place. He has experience in this offensive system. It seems like again, just like Todd Bowles said, the overall West Coast style of system is not going to change, but play calling and some wrinkles are going to change in this offense as well. I will say, one thing that does worry me about Josh Grizzard is his inexperience as an offensive play caller. I know people are going to throw up their hands and say, "James, what are you talking about? People loved Dave Canales when he was brought in, and he didn't have any experience as an offensive coordinator as well." I understand that. But whenever you hire your new third offensive coordinator in a row, okay, and even if it's because it has to be because the other two offensive coordinators got hired away because they were successful, it still does bring me worry, right? Because there is always going to be that risk of, hey, we just lost this sure thing that was working. You bring in a new thing. Is this going to continue to work? And ultimately, we won't know until we see that proof, right? Grizzard is a 35-year-old new offensive coordinator, right? Whereas you had Liam Cohen from last year. I know people still don't like Liam Cohen, but dude was really good at his job. He had been an offensive coordinator in the past, both at college and at the NFL level. Dave Canales, is a better comparison, I would say, to Josh Grizzard, where it's like bringing in a brand new guy, right? One thing that also does kind of concern me is, Grizzard has had some interesting roles, but a lot of it has been like quality control type of stuff, and then a little bit of wide receiver stuff, and then obviously the big year of pass game coordinator last year. And this past year with the Bucs is like the biggest thing that I think Grizzard can hang his hat on to say, hey, I can make this next step as an offensive coordinator in the league, and deserve that shot again. Because before that, it wasn't a ton of experience that would make you say, hey, this guy is ready to be an OC, right? And I guess ultimately you never know. You never know until you give a guy a chance, right, at the end of the day. But I think it's fair for people to say, I'm cautiously optimistic, right? But I'm also a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about Josh Grizzard being this OC. I hope it works out, but I'm not for sure that it will work out. I will say this. In terms of confidence level of, and I could be dead wrong, but in terms of confidence level of all three OC hirings, I was most confident about Liam Cohen. If I'm being honest, I was probably second most confident about Dave Canales, and get Josh Grizzard's third. Now, I hope I'm proven wrong, okay? I hope that my nervousness washes away and it's like, hey, this dude's a freaking stud, right? And then he'll go get hired away as some other team's head coach because that's what happens around here in Tampa Bay now, apparently. But right now, today, I'm a little nervous. Now, I'm going to be interested to see what happens in, say, like the offseason and during those training camp practices that I go to. If I go out there and I see this offense just cooking, right, I am very likely going to feel better. But right now, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. And I know we're in that dead period. I know we're in that lull. Like, hey, there's not a lot of news going on. So you got time to, like, ruminate on these things, right? I just hope that the Bucs can nail a third hire. Nailing it once is difficult. Nailing it twice is incredibly difficult. Nailing it 3 times back-to-back-to-back years sounds nearly impossible, right? The odds of it nailing continue to go further and further down as you have to continue to bring in new OCs. If the Bucs nail it a third time in a row, golly, man, golly. Todd Bowles level for offensive coordinator evaluation. It's already probably his, like, it's probably his second best quality as a head coach, let's say. That would easily move it up to number 1 as like, hey, dude, sometimes you have some late game miscues. Sometimes you have some defensive head scratchers, but golly, you can hire some offensive coordinators. Yeah, that would be like number 1, his best quality as a head coach. It might already be, who knows? But what are you guys' thoughts and opinions about Josh Grizzard? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Again, like and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. But guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. See you soon, and go Bucs.